No, I'm well aware that I'm a little late to this, as in like by maybe an hour or two. But I had to eat supper because when this whole situation, the second story at least came out, I was literally about to eat, so I had to eat up and afterwards get stuff cleaned up, and then I could finally get to talking about a crazy ass day in the NASCAR community. This is probably the craziest day of the year so far. Um, Not just in terms of just overall means to kind of a season, but even maybe to a couple careers. So the first one is the one everybody's already been talking about, and by the time this video comes out, everyone will have already know what's happened. Alex Bowman is now out for the next 3 weeks. The next three races are Darlington, Martinsville, and it'll be after the Rockingham weekend, the Easter break. And I believe that is Kansas. I'm actually, you'll see in the thing below what the next race after the Easter break is. I'm not good with the schedule right now. I'm forgetting off the top of my head, but for at least the next 3 to 4 weeks, he's going to be out of the ride, or will be missing the next 3 or 4 races. This is after Bowman has already missed the last 2 races of the year. So to start off, Alex Bowman finished 40th in the Daytona 500 after he was involved in the first big one. I guess technically big one, or maybe the huge one, mid-race. Then Atlanta, he was involved in, I think, the big one, or maybe one of the big ones that happened. Finished 23rd when the last cars officially finished the race. And then the week afterwards, in Coda, Bowman got out of the car mid-race. He was reporting he was having vision problems, was having difficult breathing, I think. Was having a medical issue, got out of the car. Fucking Myatt Snyder jumped in, which was something that came out of left field. Myatt Snyder driving a Hendrick Motorsports car in 2026 was something nobody thought. But the big thing, though, now is after that race, officially got stated he was suffering from vertigo-like symptoms. And if anybody doesn't know, that is some serious shit. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but it definitely fucks up the way your vision is, and is just a bad overall condition. That is nothing to fuck around about. There are multiple drivers in NASCAR, and probably one of the most notables is Ricky Craven. For any of you, a lot of younger fans don't know, but in a crash at Texas in 1997, Ricky Craven had a practice crash where he was injured and missed a couple races afterwards. His performance kind of tanked from that, and he struggled to even get rides in the regular after this. He was suffering very much likely from vertigo-like symptoms. Now, this was in the late 90s. Medical was not even near the same as it's then, and also a completely different era of NASCAR where you wanted to be out of the seat as little as possible. You wanted to run as many laps as you could. Where now most drivers will take time away to make themselves feel better. And I'll tell you, just from knowing, I've never even experienced it, but I know that vertigo is a very serious thing. It could something that could very well easily like fuck up a driver's entire career, or even like end it. Now, I don't think any driver's career is ended thanks to vertigo, but it has definitely affected it. And this could be very well a case as well. Now, I don't know how something like this for Bowman happened, because nothing seemed that serious compared to cause it, at least I would suspect. But then again, vertigo can come in many different forms. But now Hendrick Motorsports will have to field at least 3 more placements, which means probably going to be putting in at least Justin Allgaier. They may also put in someone maybe from Junior Motorsports like Sammy Smith or Carson Quaffle. I would suspect, though, Allgaier will probably run through the races, but we'll see who ends up getting the replacement called. Probably Wednesday or Thursday we'll officially know for at least Darlington. But that's one situation. I do feel bad for Bowman. You know, it's becoming obvious that this is going to be his last year at Hendrick. Again, who's going to replace him is another whole complicated story, because there's not many drivers, even in O'Reilly series, who I'd really put at, who I think would be truly ready to, I think, be really in position or are deserving of a ride. I really think one of the only drivers I can even think of would be, who I think is ready and deserving, would probably be Sheldon Creed, at least in the O'Reilly series. Either you may have to take a gamble or try and see if you can steal a guy from another team as well. But that's a whole situation that we may discuss down the road. But now for our second story. This is what just broke not too long ago. This is kind of stupid and another moment as well. You may have heard of this guy for another controversy that he was involved with and that he got arrested over. Daniel Dye ended up getting released from Colleague Motorsports this morning and ended up getting suspended by NASCAR indefinitely for comments he made during a live stream. I think it was an Instagram live stream that he made disparaging comments. It was an Instagram live stream with David Malukas, an IndyCar driver, David Malukas. You guys know him from the IndyCar series, recently Team Penske. Daniel Dye said some, I assume, some pretty bad shit. Got him basically in a whole host of shit, and he is now suspended indefinitely from the sport. This is basically almost exactly the same way as what happened with Noah Gragson. Except Gragson did have some level of time to fall back on and was able to get lucky with a ride. Daniel Dye may not have that luxury. He may be able to get part-time rides if he's able to even come back from this and able to actually complete sensitivity training, because that's what they're telling him he has to do. He has to complete sensitivity training, which I suspect he probably will be able to, because that is fairly easy, I think, to do. The question is, though, can he even get level ride? Because I doubt he's going to get a ride with Ram. I don't think so after this. Ram will probably drop Colleague, and Ram will drop him. They're probably not going to re-sign him. So that means he's probably going to be in part-time hell for the rest of this year and maybe the rest of his career. And this is coming from someone who's already had a track record of not being very good, because he got arrested for literally kicking a fellow student in his high school. He literally got arrested for kicking a fellow student in the ball sack. Literally, that is a literal story. That's how he basically earned the nickname of the Nutcracker. So he's already had some questionable things that have happened in his career. Or if that maybe question his character a little bit. This is just another thing that shows he's not very good of a person. The guy can have as much talent as what, but sometimes the person behind what's driving can also not be a good person. My reaction to this is, you're a fucking idiot. You gotta learn that sometimes it's better to keep your mouth shut and think you're stupid than to open it and prove them wrong. That is totally not a quote I just stole from John Cena from the WWE show, but who knows. But basically, Rams now got to scramble to find a replacement driver because this was a full-time seat, and I was, I think, somewhere in the top 15 in points, I think. Now Rams got to find a replacement driver, and they already have a part-time seat that's going to be having, that 25 trucks are already going to be having part-time drivers, and then they have to find another driver as well. Considering the fact that Corey LaJoie is probably making part-time starts on 25, I'm almost wondering whether or not they'll just put him in the seat. Because that's something that would actually kind of make sense, is ask Corey LaJoie to drive for you for a majority, so you're not in a special ride, and just basically call someone else. So I can call another driver, like, you know, I don't know who else you'd call, but that's just kind of like something that I think kind of needs to get done. So overall, I just need to just kind of get in here and talk about it. I'm also well aware now that I'm less than 25 subscribers away from, well, now less than 25, literally. It's going to be almost 20 away from getting 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for all the subscribing and you guys have done. Basically, I know where it's come from. It's come from YouTube Shorts, my one short that I've done. And you guys have been killing it with that short, and you guys still grow as well. So maybe not too long, you'll see a 1,000 subscriber special. It's going to be a big one too. But thank you guys for all the support. You guys get to know the channel. Like and subscribe for more content. So yeah, that's going to be about it. Just need to come on here and talk about a crazy day we've had.